Hello everyone and welcome to Ask Uncle Buck. I'm your host, Uncle Buck, sitting out here in the swing in my yard, enjoying the breeze, which I hope isn't ruining the audio. If it is, I'll probably reshoot this video. So, Joshua Hemsley has this week's question. He asked me, how drunk, can you hear that car coming? I'm choosing the wrong place to do this. He asked me, how drunk is too drunk? Well, here's the thing. I actually don't drink all that much. I have a pretty low tolerance, probably because I don't drink all that much. It's a horrible catch-22. I don't drink enough to build a tolerance because I don't have enough tolerance to drink all that much. Because even though I like to catch a good buzz every once in a while, I don't like the feeling of coming down. It just drives me crazy. So, for me, well, let's just get to the heart of the matter. What is too drunk? What's too drunk? What does it mean to be too drunk? I don't know. I have my own philosophy about being too drunk. Sometimes I think when you puke, you're too drunk. Some people don't think that. For me, it's when you're drunk enough to get a hangover. Because I really I hate headaches so bad. And one of the horrible things about hangover for me is the nasty, vicious headache you get. God, it drives me just absolutely crazy. I can't stand it. Like, if I get just the slightest headache, I start losing my mind. I get mad. I get surly. I start cussing at people. I start screaming profanities at my loved ones and coworkers. I start spouting blasphemy all over the place. I'm like one of those Snickers commercials where someone is hungry and they just start acting out like a diva. That's me with a headache. I'm just like, oh my God, I can't stand it. Which is why in earlier episodes I was always talking about Goody's headache powders, because God, they work. 2 of those and like a glass of water or just something to drink, all that. In a little bit, you use, it's almost like drugs. It's like cocaine. It's like cocaine, but for my headache. And you don't put it in your nose. By the way, don't ever try to snort a Goody's powder. That's really bad. I tried that one time. Here's a true story. I was at work, had a vicious, horrible headache. Couldn't hardly stand it. Oh man, I just wanted to like go and put my head under a train. So I had Goody's, and the headache was so bad, I thought to myself, man, I don't even want to wait for this to kick in. I want this to happen right now. If I take this Goody's, it's going to take 20 minutes to kick in. I would rather die than wait that long. What's a better delivery system to get this powder, this white powder, directly into my brain? Aha. I had a buddy who would talk about snorting his sleeping pills because they would mess up his stomach. He couldn't take them orally. So I thought, this is already a powder. I don't have to chop it up. You know, this would be great. So I got out my 2 Goody's powders that I was going to use, and I laid them out nice, and I got me out like a $1 bill, and I rolled it up, and I thought, man, I'd never done cocaine, but I was like, man, look at me being like a pretend cokehead here. So I get down and I go to snort this. I've never snorted anything before except like a pack of sugar one time when I was a kid. So that's a different story. My boogers tasted like sugar for like a week. Anyway, so I get down and I'm ready to snort this thing, and I go, oh my God, it burned so bad. And now, one of the weird things about me is I have always got either one side of my nose or the other stopped up. It's constant. It is unbelievably bad. So when I snorted this Goody's powder, it went up into my sinuses, and over the course of the next little bit, it actually cleared my sinuses up. Now, I wasn't able to snort the whole thing, boy, it burned. Like, it did more than clear my sinuses. It dried them out really bad. So, I took the rest orally. I will say this, the little bit that I snorted cleared up my headache within like 5 minutes. But man, acetaminophen in the sinuses and the sinus linings doesn't get along with your mucous membranes that well. So don't do that. As for drinking too much, look man, know your own tolerances. I drink like once a week for the show. I do like good whiskey, don't get me wrong, and I love the feeling of a good buzz. And I won't say I've never been completely shit-faced, and I won't say I'll never be completely shit-faced again. But man, like, don't harm your body, or do. I don't, who am I to preach to you? I'm a guy who calls himself Uncle Buck on the internet and talks to random strangers and answers their questions. So anyway, that's it for this week's episode of Ask Uncle Buck. I've been your host, Uncle Buck, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.